Well, hello, and how are you? Welcome to the Sassy CEO. I'm Jules, and you're not too old, and it's not too late. This is what I'm here to tell you. I am sharing my quest here on YouTube about building a business online or some sort of additional income after retirement or after age 50. I wanted to talk with you today about another specific way you can potentially earn some extra money. Because, hello, I know I've said this before, but I really want to travel a lot. Now, my husband's job right now, he doesn't have much time off or ability to do much traveling when he's home. But once he retires, I'd really like to be able to travel more. And I don't want to, I'm not staying at a hostel, all right? Like, I'm not doing that. So I want to earn some extra money for traveling, for supporting animal rescues that I love, and for doing other things in my life. I know we all have causes and things that we care about, whether it's donating to women's causes, women's groups, community groups, your local park district, helping provide meals, or just whatever it is that you would like to do, or if you just want to have more spending money and more cushion in your life so you feel like things aren't so tight, and you're on that fixed income type of situation. So I've been sharing my previous videos. Go watch those. I try to keep them short. I really don't ever want to go over 30 minutes unless I'm doing a really in-depth tutorial. And even that, I would probably split into two parts, just because if I end up doing a tutorial on something that's that long, it's going to get overwhelming, and it's easier to just have it in smaller bits. I have one dog on either side of me. One is chewing on a bone, one is panting. So please excuse any background noises that you may hear. It's just the dogs. They've had me up since 3:30 this morning when we had a really big thunderstorm, and that's just what happens. They've been sleeping since then, but I have not. So the thing I want to talk to you about today is retail arbitrage. Now, you've probably heard this term. Maybe you've tried this before. If you haven't, let me give you a little information. I wrote a couple of notes. You know how I am, because I will get sidetracked if I don't have something to trigger me to stay on task. So retail arbitrage is really as simple as buying something somewhere and reselling it. So maybe you're one of those. Listen, I tried retail arbitrage. To find the really good bargains and the really good stuff, if you're a really good bargain shopper, this might be the thing you love. I did not have the patience for it. I did not. But let's talk about it a little bit more. Now, there are places where you can get more information about retail arbitrage and the nuts and bolts of how to do it and what ways are the best ways. There are lots of articles about it. Jungle Scout, just like jungle and scout, okay? Jungle Scout has a recent article. The Motley Fool has an article about it. Both of those were from here in 2024. I just looked them up. Obviously, the Google and YouTube will have a lot more in-depth tutorials. Not me. Other creators will have all the step by step that you probably, if you want to do this, that you might want to go search. You may have seen on TikTok and some places where people are sharing that they're buying bulk amounts of candy from Walmart and they're selling it on Amazon at a markup. Are they making a lot of money doing that? I have no idea. I don't know that I'm interested in that at this point. Now listen, we're all different. Even if we all want to build some kind of extra income, we can do it in almost an infinite number of ways. I have a list of about 50 ways that I will link down below on a Google Doc or something simple that you can just grab if you'd like to skim it or look at it. But retail arbitrage, I mean, they say they're making a lot of money doing that. They might be, or they might be breaking even and then having a little extra. And if that's what they want to, I mean, that's fine. More power to you. That sounds like a lot to me. I don't know that I want to drive to Walmart every day at all the locations in my town and buy up all the Hershey Kisses or whatever. Like, I don't even know what it is, but I see them buying big, giant carts full of candy and stuff. And if you want to do that and you have a place to store it and you like to do the shipping, and that's kind of a fun thing, or you just send it all to Amazon and let them do it, that's great. That's great. But let's talk about some other things. Now, one thing that if you have television or you see ads, you might see like Poshmark and a site called Mercari. You could also Facebook Marketplace or even on eBay. There's others. I'm not going to go through all of those, but those are the big ones that come to my mind right away. Those are great sites for reselling, like clothing, for Mercari and Poshmark. Marketplace and eBay are great for like collectibles, household items, things that you don't want to ship. You'd want to look at like Marketplace. Poshmark, when you list something on there for sale, you have to ship it within 2 days. So you have to be aware that if something comes up as a sale, you have to print that shipping slip and have it in the mail within 2 days. And they all are, I've used Mercari. It was all right. I've used Poshmark. It was okay. Here's what I found for myself is that I had gone to the clearance section of a store and I got off of the super reduced clearance racks, brand new, brand name children's clothing items from a big sportswear brand. They have orange on the boxes of the shoes. You know which one I mean. But here's what I found for myself is that even when something was brand new with tags still on it, I had people that were like, I'll give you $6. I'm like, no, no, you're not going to give me $6. It was like a $40 sweatshirt. You're not giving me $6 for it. It's brand new. Never worn, never tried on, tags still attached, the whole nine. So I didn't find that was, sorry about that. I didn't find that was really great on children's stuff. Now, I did have some good luck selling brand name, new with tags, adult clothing items. And even though I did have a few items that were gently used a few times, like some Harley Davidson things, those I sold really well. Adult clothing items that were new or that were in really good shape, hardly worn, those sold really well, even shoes. But for kids stuff, I didn't have as much, I wouldn't say that for kids stuff was that great. But again, that's been a couple of years ago now. It might be totally different for you. Let me take a drink real quick. The other thing you can look at is, if you have like luxury brand name items, you probably know the ones I mean, the big luxury brand names, not the mid-luxury brand names as much, like Michael Kors and Coach. Those are sort of like not really luxury brands, but anymore, but the Louis Vuitton and some of the others, those you could look at sending to the Real Real. You might want to look up the Real Real and do some research on that. They have had a few issues with there being some suspicion that even though they say they authenticate everything, that maybe everything was not authentic. Again, you might just want to look into that and see what you've got. Some of those things I know on Poshmark there's a lot of Louis stuff, and it looks pretty legit, but sometimes you can't always tell from the pictures. And then sometimes on Poshmark you will see that there are obviously people who are selling, they have real pictures, but they're not selling at a price that would be a real item. It would be a counterfeit item that they're just marking up. But if that's not, if that's not what you want to deal in luxury handbags, I mean, there's a lot of other things, I mean, it's endless, the things that you can do. But those are some of the reselling sites for like clothing and household things. Appliances you're not going to want to ship, they'll be too heavy. So that would probably be best done like on Marketplace. Or I do know of someone who has a super niche resale shop of high-end designer clothing from like the Studio 54 late 70s, early 80s era, where there are these really fabulous like sequin jackets and these beautiful jewelry and things. But that's like super niche. That's not, she's got her whole own website for something like that. And you could do that, and you could run that website through like a Shopify storefront or something. So retail arbitrage is buying things from somewhere and then reselling them for a profit. So the trick is to find things that are like on clearance, that are obviously going to be sought after items, that are going to be something that's going to sell. Maybe it's something cool, really cool, that's like seasonal, or popular, trendy. And so you might have some success doing that. Now, one of the people who's a huge like influencer and media, he has his own media company, is Gary Vaynerchuk. You've probably seen him on a bunch of stuff. He still does retail arbitrage. He started out by going to garage sales and buying up video games and kids' toys and things that were in great shape or still had the packaging, or, video games that kids had abandoned when they upgraded to a new system or whatever. And so that's kind of his niche, is he loves going to garage sales and finding cool stuff, collectible, baseball cards, action figures, video games, things like that. Now, you can also do retail arbitrage on Amazon. Not only like the bulk buying that I talked about earlier, and I actually sort of played with this a little bit a couple of years ago, probably 3 or 4 years ago. Excuse me while I'm having a hot flash. Ooh, here we go. Oh my goodness. See how I just get totally red. So a few years ago, 3-4 years ago, I had looked into, so people were saying you can buy toys on clearance and then sell them on Amazon. And I was like, okay, well, let's see what that would be like. There are certain toys that are super popular and will always sell, right? But you have to scan them through an Amazon scanner app that they have. And a lot of those brand name toys are blocked. Like you're blocked from being able to resell those on Amazon. So like the toy company, manufacturer company already has a deal with Amazon that nobody else is going to be selling those. And so you will want to check that. But then people were doing it with also other products. I've seen several videos where people are like, I just went and bought a whole pallet of stuff from Big Lots and I resold it all on Amazon or whatever. And again, if you are one of those super bargain shoppers and you love finding a deal and doing all that, and you have a place to store the items or a way to ship them to Amazon or, all of that, go for it. Go for it. Because now listen, that's not one of my strengths. I am not a bargain shopper. Now, I like getting a good deal, but I am not going to spend hours, days, traveling from store to store, trying to find the super duper bargains. That's just not how I'm wired. That's just not me. But now, like my girlfriend, I have a friend, she will find the best stuff and she'll say it was $297. Like, how did you get it for $297? Like, I don't know how she finds this stuff. But she was always finding something, but that's just not me. So if that's something, like if you are known in your family as like the super good bargain hunter, then use that and earn some extra money doing it potentially. So definitely check into this, like a retail arbitrage. I did not like I said, I only played with this for maybe a month or two. It wasn't my strength. I didn't love it. It was okay. Like, it's kind of fun to go shopping and buy things for a really good price. But then like when you're posting them to resell on all these websites, you have to do the 6,000 pictures, like they want pictures from every angle. They want close-up pictures, far away pictures. They want to see it in the daylight. They want to see it styled with an outfit. They want to see and then they'll even text you and say, can you have some more pictures? I'm like, no, I don't have any more pictures. Like, it's a sweatshirt. I took 8 photos of it. What else is there that you need to see? Right? Like, I would just be like, that's enough. It's enough. It's like a $12 sweatshirt, But some people really love doing that. And if you love doing things like that, then try it and see what happens. There are people I know in a group I'm in on Facebook who are making 6 figures a year doing retail arbitrage. I'm not even kidding. Not even kidding. One of them actually goes so far as to buy big furniture pieces at estate sales that they actually ship to the customer, and they will spend hundreds of dollars shipping it, but they're making a huge big, if they're buying a dining room table and 8 chairs that's in like excellent condition, it's antique, it's beautiful, they might spend a few $100s buying it and a few $100s to ship, but they might make $2,000 or $3,000 on it. Again, that's not me. I'm not interested in doing that. I don't want to find the shipper. I don't want to have to package it. I don't want to have to buy all that insurance for it. That's just not where my brain can it doesn't go there. That's not fun for me. That part's not fun for me. So like I said, I gave up on it because it was time consuming, and it was getting the pictures done, loading the pictures, going back and forth with the buyers. That was not my wheelhouse. It felt like I was spending a lot of time for a very little bit of money. Similar to when I talked about doing vendor shows, vendor fairs. I was spending an inordinate amount of time in the preparing and the setting up and the doing, and the return was not worth it for me. And you have to find all those things out for yourself by trying it. You can do it like, say, I'll do this for a month and see what happens or something. But like I said, there is a plethora of information available on all the places that I told you about before. Obviously, there's lots of YouTube people talking about stuff like this. Google, other articles and things you can find. You can even go on Amazon's website and look up how to be an Amazon seller, how to be a reseller, and they will give you information there too on what their most up-to-date practices are and expectations and like terms of service and agreements and all of that stuff, right? So let me update you a little bit before I wrap it up for the day. I want to update you on what I have been working on with my own income source. Now, I know I said 2 weeks ago I was going to set up my Shopify store. I have not done it yet. I know. It is going to have to be, I'm going to have to do it because I have designed like 8 or 10 designs that can be put on a t-shirt, a sweatshirt, a hoodie, a blanket, a coffee mug, whatever, a canvas tote bag or something. Like, you can do these print on demand. And I have been designing some things that are, like I said before, pretty simple. I'm not going to have really complicated designs. That I don't love those. I like it to just be simple and straightforward, kind of minimal, with a little bit of funky sometimes. Some of my designs are a little sarcastic. Some of them are, maybe not inappropriate, maybe like can be snarky, because my personality is just a little sarcastic. I like to find the humor in things. I like to point out things that I'm like, do you not see that? And I like things that are like fun and funky and goofy, and like I'm Gen X, so we're pretty straightforward group of people. We're like pretty no nonsense, pretty straightforward, sometimes kind of up in your face. So that's like some of what my designs and stuff will be, but I have several ready. And so now I definitely have to get them on Shopify so that I can put the designs on a print on demand company, which I'm going to use Printful, Printful, Printful. I'm going to use Printful. I'm going to load the designs to Printful and link it up to my Shopify store. And then I'll order samples and see. I know I have ordered things from them before when I have made designs and I really liked them. There's another whole big company called Printify that I've also signed up with, and you can have your pick of different print companies through them that work with them as like subcontractors almost. And so I think I'll go with Printful right now just because I have used them before, and I think I can do that a little bit more quickly than I can setting up on a whole new platform to link up. But for my designs, I have used, Printful has a design tool in their website that you can use. I've used that. I've also used Canva for a bunch of things. There are some rules to Canva. If you are using the pro version, you are not supposed to resell some of those. You have to change the graphics and things. So there are some rules to using Canva. There is a site designer called Kittl, Kittl, Kittl. And then there's a place called Creative Fabrica that you can get already to go designs and just buy them and have them printed. And so those are ones that other people have made, and you're going to see those same designs in a lot of places because thousands of people buy those designs from these designers off of Kittl. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. Again, you don't have to make this super hard, but you can also be a little bit different and maybe design something of your very own as well. I also am going to design and order some stickers that I can include to send to people when they order, and also I may consider designing some stickers to wholesale. We'll see. It's something I would love to do, but I don't know. There are many places that you can go to have really high quality stickers made. Again, those are easy to find. But I just really enjoy like the designing part. I have a whole series of stickers that I want to do for like book lovers, for like people who like to bike or hike or, work out or into fitness, or, I have all these different sort of categories. I even have mapped out an entire year's worth of stickers to do for kids, like a monthly sticker club where they could be shipped a little bundle of like 12 stickers a month, just little small ones. And it would be like a kids like sticker club. And I even just mapped out the entire year of what those would be. And then all I need to do is go really quick and design them. I think that would be really fun. So, I mean, I know if I was a kid or even as a grown-up, I would like to get stickers in the mail once a month. I think that would be kind of fun, just to have a little bit of like, that's fun, because I love sticking them on my laptop, on my planner, in my journal. I mean, you know, they're not hurting anything and they're kind of cute. So anyway, that's about all I have for today. I'm sorry I talked a little longer than I meant to. Please like, follow, and share, and help me get the word out that even if you are in retirement or almost to retirement and you are, you know, still wanting to earn a little bit of extra income, you're not too old and it's not too late. I'm Jules and I'll talk to you later. Bye.